What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach lobby. This is part 11, and in this one, I'm going to be doing the Lost and Found room, along with the kind of room adjacent to it, and this little staircase here. And then we're going to start the bottom room on this side, which is this room right here. We don't quite get it finished, but we do get the entire walls laid out, and at least, you know, some progress. Anyway, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so for this episode, not episode. We're gonna head over to the left side here, and I want to do this kind of first room behind the check-in area on the left. I think I mentioned where we would just save it for later, this guy right here. To start off in it, you want to get out purple concrete. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure I know what I'm doing. Gray concrete powder. Yellow terracotta. Block of quartz. Black concrete. What's in here? Gray concrete? We'll go with that. Dark oak trapdoors. Light blue concrete. And red concrete, I guess. So we're going to end up laying out this room right here along with this guy to the left, and then we'll probably end up doing both of them kind of simultaneously, and then just make the staircase. I know it's weird to make the staircase before we make this room, but I just feel like doing it that way because I'm feeling extra. So this room is fairly already walled off. We may need magenta, I am realizing, but that's not important for right now because we can just worry about that later. Actually, no, we don't. I lied. So this wall right here, oh, it's because my grid, which is the back wall where the dark oak trapdoor vent is. You want to essentially layer it with purple concrete, making sure you just leave that vent open. Essentially, you just want that bottom row of 5. You will end up extending it left an additional 3. And then you'll go towards the front of the actual lobby with a purple concrete, 2 black concrete, and then 3 purple concrete. The floor in this room is gray concrete powder. Now, as we're doing this, I would like to remind you of a couple of things. The doorways at the front here are black concrete at the floor, and the vent kind of, essentially, you'll have these dark oak trapdoors where they shouldn't have a block below them. You want gray concrete below them, also extending into the line of the wall like so. The other thing is the gray concrete powder will be in line with this bottom row. Now, I would recommend just filling in underneath a row with whatever block. I'm going to use yellow terracotta because it's different enough. You won't have it as easy as I will because you shouldn't be off the ground like I am just by a block, but yeah, and then you'll fill it there from there with gray concrete powder. And yeah, I'll give you an extra second as I debate what I want to do for the next step. There you go. We can start by bringing every single purple concrete up by 4. Once you have done that. And then I might give a second again as I still debate. Because I don't know what's happening. Did I? Okay, never mind. I get block of course. I thought it was smooth for some reason. But it's not. And then the doorways are going to be doorwayed properly, which just means where the vent is, the top 2 rows of purple are brought together, and then the doorways on the, or I guess the door on the left is just 1 row, because you already have the ones on the front covered in theory. This room has no lights in the ceiling, so just a block up from the purple concrete, you'll fill it in with block of quartz. There's also a window we have to worry about. I am just pointing that out now. I'm kind of saying things out loud so you can understand where I'm kind of headed in my brain, but I'm not going to do the window just yet because A, we don't have the glass, and B, it's not particularly important. You should have this now. Where the vent is, you want to do the same trapdoor setup on this row of gray concrete. I'd advise actually going like into the vent and just placing it on this side of the block, so when you open them, they open up against the outside and you can have this weird space in the middle. It is certainly multicolored, but that's not particularly that much of a deal. I am kind of stuck now, though. Can I please be let out? Oh, okay, sure. That worked. Whatever. You should have this now. from the vent, if you just take the top row of it all the way left, and you're on this purple concrete on the far left, you'll count up diagonally right by 1. And here you'll just place a dark oak trapdoor open up against this purple concrete. It's really the only detail we'll do right now because we just have the material, so we might as well. As I mentioned, there is a window. It is this doorway on the left here, just the row of purple concrete behind it. You'll break the 2 in line with the top 2 blocks of the door. We'll fill it in later with glass, we just don't have the glass right now. The other thing we can do is, I kind of forgot about this, but we'll do it now. From the dark oak trapdoor vent here, you want to take the purple on either side and break 2 gray concrete powder in the floor moving out. Connect the end ones together and fill this little staple shape in with yellow terracotta. Or I guess this is an underscore. Something like that. From this point, you can head through the doorway at the left of this room and we'll make the layout of the next area. If you take this bottom corner of the purple concrete here, you will go back diagonally left with a red concrete. This is going to be a little bit weird because my grid is red concrete, but it should be placed right here. You'll extend it left with a red, then 2 black, and then 6 red. Again, I apologize the grid is like that because it does make this a little bit weirder. From the opposite corner, which is the front corner, you'll take the purple concrete. It should be the last row of purple before the magenta starts, and you'll just extend it left with... Oh god, hold on. I really am bad at math. You'll bring it left with 11 light blue concrete. Actually 10, because the 11th will be the magenta corner there, which that lines up nicely. Out from that magenta, which would be where the 11th light blue would be, you'll bring it back with 3 light blue concrete. You should have this. Ignore the gap for now, we'll worry about it later. Actually, we'll just fill in the floor now. The floor is, again, gray concrete powder. When you fill it in, I would just fill in essentially to the end here of the one wall and just kind of, which is the red concrete wall. And then everything else isn't particularly important. Just, make sure you obviously have your placeholders below and whatever, and then the gray concrete powder. And then that's pretty much it. You should have this. We'll, again, focus on that gap a little bit later. That'll probably be a problem. Wow. It'll be more important once we are focused on upstairs, or when we do the staircase that I mentioned. Get rid of your block of quartz, yellow terracotta, gray concrete powder, purple concrete, and I guess black concrete, and get out cyan terracotta, white concrete, basalt, just regular, end rods, and smooth quartz slabs. So, to start off, you can just take your red concrete wall here and extend it up with 6 rows of red concrete. And make sure the top 3 will connect over the black concrete doorway. You will end up needing to bring your purple up. Once you bring up the red, you can, I guess, get rid of it and then get out purple again. I forgot that this room is taller. I just, sometimes when I'm doing things like that, I just think about what we need to do, and I don't think about necessarily a little step like that where it would be different. Anyway, you can extend the light blue concrete wall just up 1 row for now, because we have a logo on this front wall here. Or I guess, yeah, that is the front, I think. It's the long wall, whatever. Going right to left on the next row, you'll place 3 light blue, 3 white, and then just 4 light blue. Next row, you'll always start from the purple going over. You'll place 2 light blue, white, light blue, white, light blue, white, and then 3 light blue or something like that. Next row, that's so specific. 2 light blue, 5 white, and then 3 light blue. Next row, 2 light blue, white, 3 light blue, white, 3 light blue. Next row, 3 light blue, 3 white, and then 4 light blue. And that should bring you up to the same height as your other walls. The little row of 3 light blue can also be extended up to the same height on this side. I know I was kind of disregarding it entirely, but you should have this now. A block above these walls, boxing it off the same way you did the gray concrete powder floor, you will place a ceiling of cyan terracotta. I would use gray concrete powder as well for the funnies, but then you would need to just add structure voids or barriers or something, and it just gets really complicated really quick. I almost did that in the Infazi Blast, though. You should have this now. So, you want to direct your attention to the center of the logo here. And you want to just kind of trace the ceiling and find the middle 2 blocks in this row here, and you'll break them and replace them with sideways basalt, like so. It should be 2 off the light blue wall, 2 off the red wall, and then it'll be 5 off the little light blue wall, and 4 off the purple. You'll place an end rod under each of those basalts, and then an opposite on smooth quartz slab under each of those end rods. I believe that is all of the things we can add here. We're just gonna kind of leave this area open for now. I guess if you want, you can actually get rid of whatever and get out blue terracotta, and just place a row of blue terracotta moving in from the light blue concrete row, along with a row moving back from the red concrete row. Just like that. That'll help us for later with the staircase, and help us kind of for one little thing, which isn't particularly important, but I figured I'd mention it anyway. Another thing we should do before we consider anything else is get out glass and just place it in the area where I mentioned there was a window on the purple concrete doorway. It's just these 2 upper blocks. Head back into the room with the vent at the, well, back, and you can clear your inventory. We're gonna do, again, as we're doing these simultaneously, we'll jump back and forth for not much, I don't believe, but a couple things where we need materials in both. So we'll start by getting out black stone walls, beehives, polished deep slate stairs, black concrete, if I could find it, there it is, paintings, polished black stone slabs, dark oak fence gates, and we'll go with a tripwire hook. So again, the vent is on the back wall, so you want to head to the front left-hand corner, which will be this corner right here. You'll count back by a block and place a polished deep slate block with a tripwire hook above it off the wall. In the back left-hand corner, going across, you'll place a black stone wall, a beehive. I'd have it facing towards the wall, or you could have it facing right, because right of it there's a polished deep slate, and then right of that an upside down polished deep slate stair facing left. On top of both this polished deep slate block along with the stair, you'll place black concretes with 1x1 paintings off of either of them. If you care which are which, I don't think I cared. I have the right one as the black and white triangle guy, and then I have the left one as the little kiwi bird, if I call it that, which I'm gonna get them. I got them inverted. You know what? Whatever. This game just likes to mess with me, so I'm gonna accept it. Accept defeat. On the right wall, you'll take the row of magenta concrete at eye level, and including the black concrete row, you'll end up leaving a block open on either side, and just place off the middle 4 polished blackstone slabs. Place 2 more rosewood slabs on top of that, like so. Underneath the front 2 slabs here, you'll place a set of beehives. For just easiness, I'll have them facing towards each other. I just don't like the little notch facing out. Sometimes I'll use it with the notch facing out, or sometimes if it's a Hello Neighbor build or something, I don't care as much, but here I will. Direct your attention to the front wall. If you are looking at it, you want to take this middle row of purple between the doors and place a dark oak fence gate at the bottom, open towards that purple wall. Above it, you'll place another dark oak fence gate that is not opened. And again, from this angle, you'll just kind of copy that to the left a row. I believe this is a coat hanger or something. Or it's like a rack where there's probably costumes. I forget. It's something along the lines of that. I think that is everything we can do with this set. Yeah. Let's get out another random set. Clear your inventory and get out lightning rod, warped plank, and then you need the following carpets: cyan, orange, lime, and pink. You also need both oak slabs and acacia slabs. Now, since we still have inventory space, I'm feeling beehives again. I didn't even realize there was one in that room. And we're going to go oak trapdoors. That'll get almost both rooms actually done. There's not much going on in this room over here. So, starting off, you want to place from the... You want to look towards the back again, but you want to be at the front up against these dark oak fenced gates. Behind the right half, you want to place... I apologize. This is a magenta carpet, not a pink. I didn't really think much of it, but yeah, it's a magenta here. Behind that, a cyan. Left of that, an orange. Cyan. Then back from that leftmost cyan with an orange, and then right from that orange with a lime. There's like a pile of shirts and stuff, because this is the lost and found. Anyway, from the... Oh, I didn't grab warped planks. That's unfortunate. I'll get rid of oak trap doors then, because I didn't realize that. I know I definitely said it. Or maybe it was last... I don't know. I definitely said to get them out at some point and just didn't. If you look at the TVs here on the back, which are the black concretes with the paintings off of them, to the right of them you'll place an upset on an oak slab with another oak slab on top. Underneath the shelving on the right here, just behind the beehives, you'll place an acacia plank. And then behind that you want a lightning rod with the fat end facing the ground. Now I'm gonna, because I have my elytra on, I'm gonna just like go into fly mode and kind of crouch under here, and then I'll just place the lightning rod off the underside of the slab. You could break into your floor if you wanted, or you could use a trap door to like open it here and then go under it. Going in a crawl that way. It's up to you. There are, I want to say 2 more things in this room. Well, yeah, 2 more things, I guess. Just to the left of the dark oak fence gate extravaganza, you want to place a warped plank with an acacia plank on top. In the very front left-hand corner, you'll place an acacia plank in front of that polished deep slate. And that is this room done. Something I will point out, I don't have doors in these doorways, but I'm like 95% sure there are doorways in these doors, or doors in these doorways. They should just be red nether brick walls, I think. I am realizing that now. But, yeah, I just don't have them simply. But I will try to remember to check that for a future part. I'm recording 3 consecutively probably right now. So, you know, I won't be able to check that right now, but just in general. Anyway, heading over to the next room still with the same inventory slot. You want to use the white concrete as the front of your wall. I keep getting texted. Oh my god, this is when my phone is on vibrate. You want to, in the front left-hand corner, place going right 3 oak planks. Extend each oak plank back by 1, and then this entire 3x2 can be brought up a row. In the far front left-hand corner, again on top of this, you'll count right and place a beehive. And then now you can get back out your oak trap doors instead of the warped planks, and you'll place one open up against the light blue concrete. Count right again where you'll be back on the floor where you'll place an oak slab. Right of that oak trap door. Where the blue terracotta strip is here just at the end of the light blue concrete, you'll place an acacia slab to the right. Now I believe you can clear your inventory and get out an oak pressure plate. Smooth quartz slab. Red sandstone wall. Birch sign. And we can start getting out the doorway stuff. So I think it's just red nether brick walls and prismarine walls. And for the funnies, I'll tell you to get out stone stairs, quartz bricks, and gray concrete powder. We'll end up doing a partial switch. We'll still need these 3 when we do that. But yeah, because I want to have a better block than quartz bricks to place under the gray concrete powder. There's a reason for that, I swear. Heading back to the front left-hand corner again, just as a reminder, you'll have a beehive to your right. You can see where I am standing. Behind this block, you'll place a smooth quartz slab. Head to the oak slab just kind of right of this, and behind it, you'll place an oak pressure plate. You'll see this box designed more and more. I'm sure I know you probably saw it, I think, for the first time in the HN2 museum. But yeah, I've started to use it more. In the back right-hand corner of this room, you'll place a red sandstone wall. In front of it, a block on the wall here, below the glass, you'll place a birch sign. There's nothing on it. I don't know if it's... I think it's a vent cover, actually. If memory serves. Anyway, as I mentioned, there should be like 4 doorways in our area. There's this one here on the red, and then there's 3 on purple. The one with the window to the next of it, to the left of it, you want to leave open, but I'm going to fill all the others with the red nether brick walls. Again, I don't know if these are actually red nether brick walls, but I'm like 99% sure that they are. And again, if you want to just like break this one here so you can traverse through it, although I don't know if it matters necessarily because we can just go around to the outside once we finish the hallway over here. The other doorway, if you're looking into the lost and found room like this, you'll place a prismarine wall in the bottom right and top right hand corners. The middle left will be a prismarine wall as well, and then just the other diagonal will be red nether brick walls like this. This is a little lightning bolt doorway, and yeah, you'll see this one again later. I think I just made one recently, I think, in the atrium. I guess I can't really check this copy because it would be... Oh yeah, this one's way behind. I don't even have the pixel art done. Good lord. Anyway, we'll move on from that, and we can start to do the little hallway here. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to do a little bit of a partial switch. So get rid of, I guess, you can just get rid of the first, like, 6 things in your inventory and move everything you have forward. I'm actually going to reorganize. So I have stone stairs, gray concrete powder, and then quartz bricks. I'll also get out cyan terracotta, cobble deep slate slabs, end rods, birch trapdoors, oak trapdoors, and that's actually all we need for the hallway itself, if you believe me. So we'll, I guess, just leave it at that, whatever. So where you have this acacia slab here, it should be on the left wall if you're still using the logo as the front. I'm going to change it to where the door we just made is the back wall, or the front wall, I guess I should say. So to the right of this acacia slab, you'll place 2 stone stairs, like so. You'll go up diagonally back with 4 more sets of stone stairs. So you should have 5 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. And you will need placeholders. I almost just used... I almost just used gray concrete better. That would not have worked very well for me. But yeah, you should have those. You'll have another row up from that, but it'll be shifted right a row, and it'll be a row of 3. So it'll stick over to the right by 2, as well as being 1 off of the left. Which would still be shifted to the right. I did say that right. I had to like think about that if it was right. The row below it anyway, you can also just extend to the right by 1, so it has a little bit of a smoother transition. Using 2 blocks here would also be fine, I would say, but you will be a little bit more banging your head as you're walking up, but it is up to you. From the rightmost 2 stone stairs on this top row, you want to go, I guess, back from them from this angle with 10 gray concrete powder per. So again, you will need placeholders a row down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should have this. Can I just double count that? Yeah, okay. Off of the N2 gray concrete powder here on specifically the right row, you'll place stone stairs facing left. You'll bring them up diagonally right with another set of stone stairs facing left, and then that's pretty much all we can do for now. You can essentially kind of outline this in quartz bricks. Now, the way I'm going to go about this is I'm just going to, off of each stair, I'm going to place a quartz brick on the side like so. And then I'll just place one up diagonally out from the gray concrete powder. The one exception you will have to consider here is that this stone stair, like here, this row at the front, I guess, the first row when you turn right, you don't have a quartz brick here. This is a very tight fit. This was, I think, the last thing I made because I made all of this and then I had to squeeze this in. Hence why it's a little rough, but it works. Before we do anything else, it might actually be smarter to do the ceiling first, so we can just bring up the walls to the height because of, you know, weird variables and things. The cyan terracotta you have here, for the ceiling. You want to bring it in a row so it's, I guess, yeah, in a row so it's in line with the blue terracotta. Below that row, you'll place a row of upside down couple deep slate slabs. You'll then bring that cyan terracotta row also up diagonally back by 4 rows, ensuring that you just kind of follow the pattern below you. You could, in theory, if you wanted, go to the point to where, you know, if you have to go over, you just make it straight and then extend it or whatever. I'm going to just make sure I perfectly follow the walls, because it doesn't necessarily matter if the quartz bricks goes higher, or if the cyan terracotta cuts off the quartz bricks. But I'm going to just make sure I perfectly follow that shape. I kind of just tracing each block down like so, just looking down and seeing, okay, yeah, I guess eye tracing, if you will. From there, you want to bring this cyan terracotta, these end to the rightmost two, I should say, all the way back, except the right one, you'll leave the back two cyan terracotta open where they would be on the end row. So you'll have this. It'll essentially carve out where the stone staircase starts here. And then you'll place those cyan terracotta just up an additional row. And then you'll bring these two, oh god, that was a nice force crack. You'll bring these two up diagonally right by 1. And then down diagonally right by 1. More so for later rather than now, you'll actually take this end of cyan terracotta, this little row of 2, and extend it off either side by 1, and then those ends can be brought down by 3. That'll just give us a doorway, which, again, will be more so helpful for later once we end up making the kitchen on the top floor. From here, you'll bring up your quartz bricks until you cover everything. They're going to be up by varying amounts. Like, these are all 3. That one, I think, was 5, yeah. This one is 4. Like, that's why I did it this way, because none of them are exactly even. But just make sure that as you're doing this, the cyan terracotta all lines up nicely. And this one, yeah, these are probably all the same. Yeah, it's weird. Just make sure when you have an area like this where you have the diagonal that you do end up covering, because, like, if I placed it here, then, you know, that cyan terracotta would be covered, but it would not be covered from the side. That is also something that happened in Poppy Playtime's vents. It's the only thing I can think of, really. That's a good example. Anyway, you should have this monstrosity. We still have to do the inside, though, of it, because this has detail. Oh, that just looks weird. Whatever. You want to... It's going to be weird to explain, I guess. Well, no. You want to take the back full row of cyan terracotta in this upper section. It's these two right here where you know, they're both at the same line. You'll place an end rod below each with a set of birch trapdoors below that face, I guess, into each other. Are they? They're still broken. Okay. So I'm going to actually invert it then. And have them face away from each other. So the handles will face the right way. Really? That is so... Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, no, I'm losing it. What? I'm losing it. That's what's broken. Okay, whatever. I don't know. You should have this regardless. Moving forward from that, you'll leave a gap of 1, and in line with the top row of quartz bricks, you'll just place oak trapdoors going all the way forward. It should just be 2 rows, and it should just go until it connects into the something or other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is it 7? It is 7 rows, yes, of trapdoors. That's your hallway done. Nice. Let's do this oddly shaped bottom room here that looks like looks like somebody is holding up a finger. I'll just say that much. So you want to start by getting out, or clearing your inventory. That would be a great first step. But you want to also get out. Magenta concrete. Blue terracotta. Maybe red concrete, but we'll use it anyway because we can actually do a wall with this, which is purple concrete, lime concrete. Can we just like get all of the concrete, just every single color? White, orange, yellow, and light blue, all in concrete. And we're gonna attempt our best to do this back area almost fully before we do almost literally anything else. So look at the red concrete wall here on the left side. It should be the one that we just kind of worked on. The front, I'm considering the entrance into the main portion of the lobby. I wish this had atrium. If you're at the front half of this, you'll just take this bottom red and you'll extend it forward with a magenta. You'll then go forward diagonally right 1 and forward 1. From the back red, you'll just place a magenta also to the right. So you should see you have 5 red behind the door here before you'll end up having a magenta. And then you'll go back diagonally right with a blue terracotta. Extend it right by 6. And then right with a magenta. Extend that magenta. Back with 2 blue terracotta. Then back diagonally right 1. Back 1. Back diagonally right 1. Back 1. Back diagonally right with a magenta. Back diagonally right with a blue terracotta. Back 1. Back diagonally right 1. 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 Back 1, and then back diagonally right with a magenta. You see we're pretty far out there. If you want to count the number of 2s, there you go. It's 4 or 5. Jeez, I can't count apparently. Don't trust my counting. Bring that magenta there right with 2 blue terracotta. Then forward diagonally right 1. Right 2. Forward diagonally right 1. Right 1. Forward diagonally right with a magenta. Forward diagonally left with a blue terracotta. Forward 1. Forward diagonally left 1. Forward 1. Forward diagonally left 1. Forward 1. And then you want to place 2 more of those little rows of 2 blue going forward diagonally left. And forward diagonally left with a magenta. And then a blue terracotta. Forward 1. And then you want to place 2 more of those little 2s. So forward diagonally left, forward, forward diagonally left, forward. Then forward diagonally left with a magenta, and then forward diagonally right with a blue terracotta. We'll stop there for now. So again, you do want to keep in mind for this step that this is where your floor level is, in line with those walls. And I mentioned that specifically because you want to bring up specifically the back area up with 3 rows of blue terracotta, and I guess the magenta is included here. And I'm talking specifically this diagonal little hallway looking area. You want to leave every other wall open for now. We'll worry about them a little bit later, but I want to do this one right now, because this one's important. I love how I took a cut earlier, and I don't know how long that video clip was, so I kind of just have to guess here. Hope I'm right. Hope I hit the nail on the head. Just like this. Nice. That actually looks kind of cool like that. I feel like it looks worse when it's finished. I don't know, something so simple and nice about that. The other row of blue terracotta here, excuse me, you'll bring up with 2 additional rows of blue. We're going to go left to right on top of it here. And we're going to place a... On this first block, you can really place whatever you want just to kind of remember. There's a dark oak trapdoor here, but I'm just still going to place a blue terracotta. And then I'll go right with 2 blue terracotta, red, 2 blue terracotta, lime. Next row up, I'll go left to right and place blue, magenta, 2 blue, purple, 2 blue, like so. And then I'll just place 2 more rows of blue terracotta on top of that, and that'll really finish this wall. At the left side, we have a little bit to kind of do, but I don't think we're going to do it quite yet. We're going to start with some of this pixel art and just see how much we can wrap out at once. So first I would start by taking each magenta, and just for the storyline, quote unquote, not really the storyline, but just because we're going to have to eventually, you'll bring them each up with 4 magenta. This will make it the tallest thing in this room so far, and that's fine. I will also point out something in a second here, which is important, but... Well, I guess I'll point out once the magenta's done. Yeah, there we go. So you should have this. Don't bring up these magenta, by the way. I'm only talking the pillars we've already brought up. I should have specified that. If you stand on top of one of these magentas and trace it over to the staircase here, you'll end up being like... Your head will stick over the top row of stone stairs, essentially. Because the floor up here is here, and this ceiling is slabs, which is in line with this, so you're just... The floor will sit directly on top. Anyway... Let's start with the... We're going to go just each panel, and we'll start from this front right one and go along. For this one, you want to So, for this panel, you want to start by placing a row of blue terracotta just on top of the original. On this front right one. You will take the front and back and place 3 blue terracotta on top, and then you can end up connecting the top ones together, but I'm going to wait until we have the thing in, just so I don't have to place all those dumb diagonals. So going front to back in this front right one, you want to place a magenta, orange, white, light blue. It should be all concrete we're using unless I specify otherwise. Next row again, front to back, you'll place orange, yellow, white, oh god, light blue, and then you'll place your blue terracotta on top. The next one is totally definitely the hardest one. You're placing a row of blue terracotta at the bottom to start again. And then you'll just place 3 blue terracotta at the front for this next row. And then from this one, you'll go, still going backwards, place a lime. And then just ignoring the diagonals in general, you'll place 3 white. It should obviously follow the shape of it. I'm just, when I'm doing numbers like this, I'm not going to say 2 white concrete and then diagonally another one, because it's just, that's a waste of breath. The rest of this panel is blue terracotta up to the same height. The back panel is where we need a couple new materials. We need red terracotta and gray terracotta. Now, get rid of, for this, your yellow concrete and your lime concrete, and get out again red and gray terracotta. So you will again start at the bottom by placing a row of blue terracotta. And on the right side, you will place 2. We won't worry about the left, I guess, this time, because there's really no point. But going right to left from there, you'll place a gray terracotta, red terracotta, and then 2 red concrete. Next row, again, going right to left, is 2 gray, red terracotta, red concrete. And then again, the rest of this panel is blue terracotta. Turn to the left, and you should have this wall. This time you don't want to place a row of blue at the bottom, but you do want to get rid of a couple things. You want to, funnily enough, get rid of your red and gray terracotta immediately. And get out black concrete and green concrete. You also will need regular terracotta, but we'll worry about that in a second. So going back to front, we're just kind of following the shape. You'll place 2 blue terracotta. And then, wait, we might want to get rid of magenta concrete for a little bit and get out white terracotta. Because going along, you're going to place your 2 blue, black concrete, green concrete, 2 blue terracotta, and then 2 white terracotta. You can get rid of your green concrete and, your purple concrete and get out regular terracotta and yellow terracotta. And next row, again, you'll place 2 here at the back, which I'll just actually place a couple rows of, so we have that already. And then you'll place terracotta, black concrete, again, your 2 rows of blue, yellow terracotta, and then white terracotta. You can then get rid of your white terracotta and get out stripped birch. Logs or wood, doesn't matter. And again, for this next row, just starting from this, you'll place terracotta, red concrete, again your blue terracotta, then a stripped birch log facing upward, and then a light blue concrete. Yet again, the rest of this panel is blue terracotta. Hit us with a double whammy. This last one here is quite interesting. It's also a lot. I might just tell you to clear your inventory. It'll be easier to just work with a fresh slate. And you want to start by getting out magenta terracotta, light blue terracotta, blue concrete, white concrete, and orange concrete. To continue the build, well, actually no, we'll finish this panel and then we'll worry about it. You can also, I guess, grab blue terracotta, just block pick it if you want. And going from back to front in this panel, you'll place 2 magenta terracotta. I'm not going to specify concrete or terracotta because we don't actually need the blue terracotta technically. It'll all be concrete. Then you'll place blue, so again, concrete. Magenta, light blue, magenta. Next row back to front, magenta, blue, white, blue, orange, white. Final row, blue, magenta, 2 blue, 2 white. And then again, you'll place your row of blue terracotta on top. Nice, that is that little area done. Now, Again, I would advise clearing your inventory here and getting out. Magenta concrete. Light blue concrete. Smooth quartz slabs. Which we're going to use for a lot of blocks, actually, unfortunately. Black concrete. Diorite slabs. Blue terracotta. Red terracotta. Cyan terracotta. And then red wool. We're going to just finish with this stuff. So, starting off at the front here. At the kind of front left. You want to take the magenta here. And you want to take specifically, you should have 3 blocks. You'll take the middle one. And you'll extend it up with 2 magenta. Light blue concrete. Smooth quartz block. 2 magenta. And then I'll call it a black concrete. That should be higher than that blue terracotta row right there. On this left side, you'll have a checkerboard pattern of black concrete and smooth quartz blocks just along the top of this wall. We don't actually have the wall in place yet, so you'll just go in line with this black concrete we placed. And making sure you just kind of span this entire area. And I'll stop once I hit the, or touch the blue terracotta diagonally. Like so. Below that checkerboard pattern, you want 2 full rows of magenta concrete. And then, essentially, the remaining 3 magenta concretes, you'll just kind of bring up until they touch the magenta in some way. Like so. Specifically where the red concrete is, you want to take the row of magenta above it and place a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs, like so. You'll alternate between, on top of this, a diorite slab and an upside down diorite slab, starting with a diorite slab on either the front or back, and then again the next one will be upside down, and you'll have this by the end of it. We're gonna mark out the right side so we can fill in the floor, and then we're not really going to do much other than that. From this row of blue terracotta here, this kind of lone guy at the front, you want to bring it back diagonally right by 4 with blue terracotta. And then from that end one, you'll go forward diagonally right with 4 red terracotta, and then a blue. And then forward diagonally left with 4 blue terracotta. And then I guess get rid of your light blue concrete and get a light blue terracotta, because you'll have a light blue terracotta forward diagonally right from that. I don't know what that's to. I really don't know what that's to. I think it's part of a logo or something. But from there, anyway, you'll go forward diagonally left with 3 magenta. Left 1. Forward diagonally left 2. Left 1, and then forward diagonally left 1. The floor of this entire area is cyan terracotta with the exception of a little area. If you are between the doors on the front here, the like gated doors, I guess, you'll take the magenta just to the right of the, I guess, leftmost one, which will be this magenta concrete right here. You'll extend it back with 3 cyan terracotta, and then 8 red wool. You should be 2 away from the back wall if you're counting. You'll extend that whole row of red wool to the right by an additional 4 rows. I will leave you off with this. I'm not going to include this all in the video because it's about as easy as it gets. But you want to just fill in the rest of the floor here with cyan terracotta at the same level. Again, I'm not going to do this whole thing because I do want to keep these parts short. I apologize. I really lost track of time with this one a little bit. But it still isn't, I guess, too long. But once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Lobby Part 11 complete. I'm pretty sure it's 11. I will have to double check that before I actually have it in the intro clip. But yeah, thank you guys for if you guys did enjoy this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night. And I will see you on the next one. Okay, it took my emoji. Peace.